Let's go over guided flows in Cricut Design Space. Hi, and welcome to my craft room. My name is Kelsey. I also call myself Dinosaur Mama, and today we're going to go through one of the newer features in Design Space called guided flows. Cricut is constantly making updates, and I am trying to always stay on top of them to bring them to you to show you how they work. And so this has been out for just about a month now, and we're gonna go through what those guided flows do for the users. So if you're not already, give me a subscribe, and then let's jump into Cricut Design Space. So I want to start out by saying that I am in the live version of Cricut Design Space. So I am not in beta. If you want to know how to switch between the two, you're going to go to the top right-hand corner where the drop down is by your name and go into settings. And now right in the first general spot, it's going to say beta or live. You'll see I'm in live. If I switch to beta, it's going to basically update everything, and then it's going to switch me into the mode where they try out different items. So this is where they release things first, and so you can see new things like when they released the sticker creator or when they released warp text. This all went through beta first, and those users try it out and they give feedback sometimes they don't, and sometimes Cricut doesn't care about your feedback. And that's where they release everything first. It could be a little glitchy, but you do get those features beforehand. I just like to work in live because I know everything's working, and I feel like a lot of people work in live, so that's where I like to stay. However, I know right now in beta, they are moving the toolbar back to the top, which is awesome. So we're going to have to do another Cricut Design Space update in a little bit once that goes live, but I am going to work in the live version right now. So this is what my homepage looks like. I know some people still don't have the DTF transfer one right here. I have heard that in California, people don't have it, but let me know in the comments if you are in California and you do have this. I know it's only available in the United States right now, so that is something. This, I think, is actually new. Last time I wasn't there, I never noticed it, at least, the AI project designer, so we can look at that a little bit today. But I really want to go through these guided tutorials. So that's going to be these first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, if you include the DTF transfer. So it's going to be guided, and I want to say that so loosely because to me, it's really not that guided. We're going to go through it. I'm going to show you maybe 2 of them just to look at them and then walk you through all of it. And if you want to see a more detailed full tutorial on one of them, you can let me know down in the comments. So just to start, we will go right with the first one on a vinyl decal. I think a lot of people start that as their first project. So you're going to click on that, the home screen, or if you go to new project, it does pop up this way. So either way, you are going to have to choose this. It does not just go to that blank canvas anymore. So the same thing over here. So you can go from that up here in new project or click on vinyl decal and the same screen pops up. So again, it just brings you to the vinyl decal. If you went to all project types, everything would just be here for you to scroll through. Vinyl decal is going to kind of narrow it down for you. So you can make one for a water bottle, a notebook, a mug, a phone case, stemware, a car window, glass or tumbler, or your custom sizing. So if I chose car window, you'll see off to the side here on the right, you're going to have your size. So small, and it says the design area down below. Medium, large is 8x8, and extra large is 10x10. And if you click down below that, it says materials and tools needed. It's going to pop off to the side and have a little video play for it, and then it can tell you what you need. So smart vinyl or regular vinyl, either one, which, see, I don't know why they're requiring you to have smart vinyl. A weeder of some sort, transfer tape, and a scraper. So it does tell you what you need, and obviously that's going to be pretty much the same for all of them, right? So it does say smart vinyl for all of them. I just find that interesting. So I'm just going to go back into that. Let's say we wanted to make a mug. It'll ask you the size. I'll say a 12-ounce mug. It has the design area for me. You can also modify this if you want by double clicking on it and putting in the numbers you want. You just have to lock it if you want it to adjust evenly. Or you can always go to custom and then put in your own design area. This is the max, right, for a 12x12 mat, but you can change that as you need. So if I go back into that 12-ounce cup and I hit start designing, this is what's going to pop up, right? So first you're going to have some ideas pop off to the side. And then your canvas isn't going to look like the normal blank canvas where the thing fills up the whole page. It's just going to be that 3.5 inches by 3.5 inches. Now you can edit it also on the canvas. And that honestly is your guided tutorial. That is it. That's where it kind of stops. Sort of, right? Sort of where it stops. Now, if you wanted to add in images, it does give you vinyl images off to the side. You know, some of them are going to be a little more intense, but you can also upload your image, or you can just pick a shape. So if I wanted to add a heart to my mug, it will pop out this project preview over here, right? So you can see it on your mug. You can change your mug color slightly, right? So if you had like a pink mug, what I haven't found yet is, so the little thing down here is to change color, right? I can't scroll, so I can't see the bottom of this. So I just find that so odd, right? So let's say we have a pink mug. Okay, you can do that. You can also view design area by clicking this on and off. That just tells you how much space you have left on your mug. So you can make it a little bit larger. And obviously this is like an AI rendered mug. So your mug might be a different shape and you can't change anything about it. But it's a basic mug, right? It's probably even like a Cricut mug is what they based it off of. So as I adjust here, it's going to adjust on my preview. So that helps in the guided sense. But again, like you have to have a mug that looks like this. So there is that. Now the next stop is that it's going to give you certain materials. So now once you get to the set base material, this is what's going to pop up. Now the first thing you'll notice is everything is blue, right? Because they want you to pick out a vinyl. And vinyl is all in blue. Now if I go to browse all materials, I am able to click on other things if I wanted to make it. However, it's not going to just pop up here. So they do want you to use their materials, right? So you can go to bookmarked and to popular, but they want you to use one of these. So that is how you go through all of the guided access. That is what this is. I'm going to show you one more. I'm going to go through the sticker one because I think that one's kind of going to be one of the more popular ones. So let me go back to that. So you would click on stickers and labels. And again, you're going to get these options. You have decorative stickers, stationery stickers, organizational labels, and then gift labels, and then you have the custom stickers. So if you click on this one, you are not able to change the material size unless you go and change your load type and your settings. So that'll be if you have a bigger printer that can print like a 12 by 12, then, or, you know, if you change to A4 paper, that kind of thing. But you can go to your materials and tools, printable vinyl or sticker paper, an inkjet printer, and then a light grip machine mat, or you can use a standard one. And then you can hit start designing. I'm going to replace what we had on our actual canvas. I'm just going to hit replace. And here it is. I do like this for stickers. Okay, so I do like that this is here. I do like that they give you your boundaries. However, I'm going to upload and show you. It automatically adds in your border for your sticker. And you are able to just kind of like move it off of the thing. So it doesn't like block you from not being on the canvas. It just kind of moves it off to the side. You can adjust your size here. It does adjust the border on it. And if you see here, it does say edit sticker down below, but it does not walk you through how to do that. So like to me, this guided is it has so much work that needs to be done. It's not really guiding you through anything. Now, the other thing that I found when I was going through this is now the sticker maker is no longer a Cricut Access only feature. It is available to everyone. So I am able to use this without paying for Cricut Access. So if you had been wanting to use the Cricut sticker feature, which I never use, you're able to do that now. So here are your sticker styles, right? So right now it's at a kiss cut. It has the border turned on. Here's your thickness of your border. So you can do thin, wide, custom, right? And that's just going to be where you can move this up and down. It does let you change your fill color. So you'd be able to do that here. And then now it has the scroll, which it didn't have on the other one, but I'd be able to scroll and change my fill color. Cut interior shapes. Now, if I turned this on, I don't really think there's any interior shapes on this. So we're going to try that with a different one at the end. But then they also have the die cut sticker, right? So if I clicked on this, it's going to add on another border. And again, it's going to have all of those easy peel edge, right? Or not. If I turned this off, it's just going to cut right through the material. If I turned it on, it's going to cut around and then have an easy peel edge. And then again, I'll show you with the interior shape. So it's pretty much the same thing. So here, for example, it's like in between these scissors, right? If I go here and I go to the edit sticker, yeah, it's still not cutting in those shapes. I don't know why. That's weird. Maybe because of yeah, there we go. It was because the border was too thick. But if I changed it to thin, you'll see that now in the scissors, it does have those holes cut out. So that is what cut interior shapes is. So if I turn that on and off, you can see that. So that is part of this feature, right? And again, if I wanted to do the die cut or whatever. And now if I go to hit make, just like before, hit continue again. I'm going to skip that I've already printed, even though I haven't. Now you'll see that it's only going to give me the stickers and labels. Now I can go to my bookmark, but because I'm using that sticker feature, it is telling me you cannot use these other ones. Like I cannot select medium cardstock, even though that is something that I use all the time to cut my stickers if I want them to cut all the way through. So they want you to use their materials, and what you'll see is, right, so compatible. If I go to all materials, they're all blacked out. But if I go to compatible, what you'll notice on the side, all of them have the C's. It's only Cricut materials. So like that's one thing about using the Cricut sticker maker that I don't like. So with this new guided flow, I do really like that they have this border, right? But I would actually, in this case, go to edit, and I would just want to turn this off. Like if I can undo sticker and just do it all myself, you know, and like make the sticker myself by adding an offset and flattening, I'd rather do that than use their actual sticker creator. So this one's more guided in a way because it creates the sticker for you. However, then you're limited to their materials. So I don't know, it's kind of like a catch-22. So it's good for beginners because it's just setting up the sticker and sending it over. However, it's like kind of strange because if you don't have those Cricut sticker materials, you aren't able to adjust the settings. It's also not teaching you how to make your own sticker. It's doing everything for you. Now, I do just want to see if we did decorative stickers, what it says to do. And again, same thing. It just sets up the little page and then nothing else. They do have templates off to the side. So like this is nice. So you could, okay. Here we go. I don't know why I chose Halloween. I probably should have chose Easter. Like this is nice, I guess. But again, like I'm so confused. Because like, I guess if you just want to make it, but you're not like making anything yourself. I don't know. I want to know what your opinions are on this. This just seems like they're doing it all for you. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being a little skeptical of this. But they do have templates here. So I guess they have that for most projects. But again, they're not teaching you how to do anything. They're just doing it for you. I'm just going to templates here. Interesting. Okay. So, I mean, they do have templates for things. I guess that's helpful in some way, right? So just do an insert card. But all of them are like this. Kind of the same thing. I don't know. I want to know what you think about all of this. Here's your templates. Yeah. I don't know. I just kind of feel like it's guided, but it's like not guided. I don't know. And then we have this AI project designer. It's a Cricut Access. Oh, and then they have we went over this. I'll link this down below of how I used their AI designer. So I've already gone through that. They just added it into a new place. So this is everything here. I usually just continue to just work on blank canvas. That's my go-to, and I just make everything on here myself. But let me know what you think, or if you want to see a full guided access or guided flow tutorial down in the comments. Thank you so much for watching as we went through those guided flows. You have to let me know what you think about them down in the comments below. If you haven't already, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. It helps me so much. subscribe to my channel for new crafty videos, and share this with one of your friends who is wondering about those guided flows. I will see you soon in my craft room, and stay crafty.